Welcome to Beacon of Truth Tarot. This is Laurel. Today I'm doing a reading for Gemini, and I'm using the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. Okay, so what do we have today for Gemini? Okay, starting out, Gemini, you get the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon, and the World. Okay, starting out, Gemini, there's a cycle that wants to complete. You seem to be holding on, though. No, maybe you're letting go. The Four of Pentacles is coming out with the Moon to begin with. So there's something in the Moon that is unseen. Coming out with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Upright, the Four of Pentacles is your basic earthly needs. It's holding on to that. It's a plateau. And in reverse, you're letting go. This almost feels like a fool card, this combination. Letting go and jumping into the unknown. The Fool does it willingly, though, and I don't feel like this is necessarily willingly. And the reason I say that is because the World is coming out over here, which is other energy coming in, and the World upright is the end of a cycle. It's a completion point. It's the end of one lifetime, the beginning of another lifetime. This is something that is coming in outside of you. This is like you may have just retired, or your children may have just gone off to college. The end of one lifetime and the beginning of another, and you are letting go and going into the unknown. Okay, in your world, you've got the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Well, that's wonderful. This looks like it's actually an exciting time for you. The Knight of Wands is falling in your position of control, and this is a little bit of a take the bull by the horns kind of a feeling. The Knight of Wands actively pursues their passion. It's coming out with the Seven of Wands in the position of who you are. So there is something defensive about it. It does feel like this was not your choice. You're embracing it, but you're a little defensive about it. In this deck, the Seven of Wands, she's meditating, right? She's trusting. It's like she's letting go of the earth and moving into what's unknown. And the fact that it's the Seven of Wands, which is typically other people fighting you, it's like you're not willing to fight. That's interesting, because that's not normally what this card represents, but it looks like you're just allowing. That's what it is. You're allowing. And your control in this world is to move forward on your passion. Okay. So let's see what else comes out. In your immediate environment, you've got the Six of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so it looks like somebody you're in a partnership with doesn't want to let this go. And you're kind of like, it's done. Wow, that's what it looks like. Because in the position of other, we've got the Three of Pentacles. This is a collaboration on the earth plane. It can very well be working together with people in your community. It can be working together with people in a job. Working together with others. This is a collaboration. That is in the position of others. Their control over you is the Six of Swords in reverse. Upright, the Six of Swords is moving on to smoother waters, moving on to something new, understanding, having clarity, knowing that the time has come to move on. They have it in reverse. It's like they don't want to let you go. Well, that's super interesting. And I feel like coming in here with the World, they're trying to hold back a cycle that is completing. This feels very, what's the word? Very fruitless? That's not the word. Almost pointless. Like, the Six of Swords cannot hold back the World energy. Okay. What you've done with this. The Ten of Wands in reverse. Gosh, right? You're letting go. So interesting. The Chariot in reverse and the Star. Oh my gosh, Gemini, this is such a beautiful reading. Okay, in what you want, you've got the Ten of Wands in reverse. Upright, this is a burden. Taking on a whole bunch, doing... It can be the burden of the master, so it's doing something for others. But, I mean, generally speaking, the Ten of Wands is just a burden. It usually has to do with more than one person, because to me, the nines are about one person and the tens are about more than one. In reverse, what you want is you're letting go of this burden. You're not doing it anymore. You don't want to do it anymore. In your confidence position, you have the Chariot in reverse. So upright, this is integrity. It's moving forward, God's will and man's will in alignment. It's being victorious, success. It's moving forward though. And having this in reverse in your confidence position, it feels like you're not sure what to do next, how to move forward. It feels unsure about your guidance system. Feels like you're doubting whether or not this is actually ordained or not. That's what it feels like. But in your current position, you have the Star, and that is so beautiful. The Star is following your guiding light. It's trust and doing things one step at a time because there's a higher calling. It's being attached, especially in this card, to the higher realms, following your calling. And that's also indicated by this Knight of Wands. The Ten of Wands can very much be an earthly burden that you're dropping, which has probably to do with a collaboration with others. It's like you just want serenity. You want to be zen. You're okay going into the unknown. I feel like somebody else is a little freaked out about it, though, and holding on for dear life. It almost feels like they got their claws in. They don't want to let go. Okay. In your greater environment, you've got the Hanged Man and the King of Wands. Wow, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so the greater environment usually has to do with your immediate environment. So I think that this King of Wands with the Hanged Man represents who you're in this collaboration with. The fact that you have the Knight of Wands energy and they're the King of Wands, I think that you guys have similar goals, similar energies. But you're in this Knight of Wands with the Moon. They're in the King of Wands with the Hanged Man. This tells me that they're a little farther along on the path than you are, or that they've gotten out of this collaboration, something that you are just about, that you're trying to get out. Okay, what am I saying? The King of Wands is fixed energy. This is somebody who is solid and knows their passion. They're also enlightened. They've got the Hanged Man. They've had an awakening. It feels to me like whatever this collaboration is, they already know that this is for them. And this is probably why they're in the Six of Swords. They don't want to let it go. They are certain that this is for them. You, however, are in a position of kind of letting go because you want to go discover your passion. You want to go into the Moon. The Moon and the Hanged Man are very, very similar in that they both go into the hidden realms. The Hanged Man has had that epiphany. You are a knight going into the moon. I think that this person doesn't want to let go of this collaboration because they already know that this is for them. You are in a position of you're not sure that this is for you, and you're feeling burdened. You want to let down the burden and follow a higher calling. Okay. Your new perspective. Judgment. Wow. Okay, so this particular Judgment card, she's raising, she's rising, her vibration is rising. She's ascending. This indicates a little bit that you may have outgrown. It indicates to me that you may not be getting what you need out of this collaboration. This collaboration may be tying you down, anchoring you, when what you want to do is rise up. You want to see something bigger, higher. And I do think you're having a higher calling. Now, whether or not you can actually do this in this Three of Pentacles collaboration is yet to be seen, but you feel like you can't. It feels like you have outgrown this. But the fact that there's a King of Wands with a Hanged Man in your greater environment, I'm not sure that is necessary, that leaving this collaboration is necessarily the best idea. Okay, your spark of change. Nine of Swords. Now the Nine of Swords is worry, spinning in your head, confusion, anxiety. It does seem like you aren't necessarily thrilled by the prospect of leaving this, because we get the Nine of Swords in your spark of change. With the Ten of Wands over here and what you're going after, it may just be that this is too much of a headache. There's too much stress and anxiety, and maybe that's why you want to leave it, but perhaps there's something you can do within it to alleviate the stress and anxiety. It feels a little like, with this Ten of Wands in reverse, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't know yet if you're going to be guided in this reading to stay in the collaboration or not, but it does look like part of your need to get out of this, and there is a higher calling here with this Judgment card, but it does look like it's just too stressful. It's not fun. Okay, your best course of action. The Lovers in reverse. Ew. Like, darn it. It may be that this person thinks that they're meant for you. They know what they want, and you're like, but I don't want this anymore. Because the Lovers, of course, is a soul connection, a karmic connection. Being in reverse in your best course of action, it looks like a breakup is warranted. Even though this person in your greater environment is worthy of respect, it just feels like your best course of action is to... There's something about this burden. This relationship is burdening you. I feel like, because the Lovers is coming out in reverse, it feels like you are in a work situation with your partner. And something's got to give. Like being in a work collaboration with your partner may not be a good idea. Okay, what you're going to struggle with. The Ace of Cups, fulfillment. Darn it. This collaboration may just not be fulfilling for you anymore, and now you are looking for something that's fulfilling. There may not be any explaining this, except that you've outgrown it. I feel, Gemini, like you're just simply being called to something greater, and you can't explain it, you don't understand it. In your spark of change, the Nine of Swords is trying to figure it out, but it's oftentimes something that we don't have any control over. The King of Wands can be very forceful in their will. So maybe you feel like you don't have any control over your life. There's something unfulfilling here, though, especially with the Ace of Cups being in what you're going to struggle with. I think you're trying to find fulfillment, something deeper with the moon there. And I don't know that you're able to find it within this relationship. This may be a karmic relationship, because that often is the case when the Lovers comes out in reverse. Okay, what needs to fall away? The Two of Pentacles in reverse. So upright, the Two of Pentacles is being able to make your life work on a day-to-day basis. Not being able to make your life work. With Judgment here, it may just be that this isn't fair, it's not fulfilling, and you're not able to make your life work on a day-to-day basis. No matter what kind of a wonderful philanthropic endeavor this might be, you're not able to make your life work. That's indicated also by this Four of Pentacles, letting go of not being able to have your base needs met. It may be, Gemini, that this collaboration is really wonderful in all ways, except you just can't make your life work. You can't survive on it. You can't support yourself. The direction you need to head. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now, upright, the Nine of Pentacles is having enough for you. In reverse, it's like, don't do this only for you. Don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the stability. You're changing up your life. You're changing up your foundation. The Nine of Pentacles is in reverse is almost like give away all your earthly possessions. I'm not recommending that. But there is something in the Nine of Pentacles in reverse that has to do with letting go of your home, the way you've made money. Like the Nine of Pentacles is a lot farther along than just the Two of Pentacles, and what needs to fall away is this not being able to make it day by day. But it may be that the direction you need to head is a greater change. Okay, what you're not seeing. Three of Cups in reverse. You have no community. In upright, the Three of Cups is soul connections. It's your community. It's a supportive environment around you. And in reverse, there's not a supportive environment around you. It does feel, Gemini, like possibly you've outgrown the people around you. Seems odd because we have a King of Wands and the Hanged Man out here. This is a really incredible dynamic, especially for you, who's just dipping her toe into the moon. Maybe this is not the same person that's in this collaboration. Maybe you've met somebody who's just like a guru and who's just sparked your passion. And you want to get out of this collaboration community. You've realized that this is not your community. Okay, what's going to be illuminated? Temperance. Okay, so there's a patience that is required here. Temperance is, don't act too quickly. It's a little like this Seven of Wands woman who's just meditating. She's not acting too quickly. Okay. It's interesting. The colors in these cards are very similar. Temperance to me is a 3. It's balancing 3 different things. It has to do with fire, passion, spirit, soul purpose, and being able to balance those things. The Two of Pentacles, it's like the earth plane is not balancing for you. You're not able to make it day by day. What's going to be illuminated is that there's a third thing that needs to come in here. And I find it interesting that what you're not seeing is that this is not 3 things. Okay, so I think that if this King of Wands with the Hanged Man is not the same person in this Three of Pentacles, then maybe you need to bring that person in. It doesn't feel exactly like that, though. It feels like in order to make this, make your life, find the fulfillment you're looking for that you are struggling with here with the Ace of Cups and what you're going to struggle with, it talks about bringing in a third thing, and that third thing can very often be God, especially here with the Star. Hope, faith. Gosh, that's interesting because the World is a 3 as well. Right? It's a 21, that's a 3. Gosh, I really think, Gemini, you're leveling up. You're moving from duality into a triplicity. Something. I remember reading in the Conversations with God books that duality is of the earth plane. The Trinity is of a higher vibration, a higher plane. So there is something here. What you're not seeing is that this is not a 3. And there needs to be an additional something brought in, because the world here is, if the energies of the universe are a spiral, as we go around, we level up. And the world talks about that point upon which the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another. It's like a leveling up. Temperance is that third thing, and that's what's going to be illuminated. So there's something more spiritual based that is going to be illuminated that needs to be brought in here. Okay, the bigger picture. The Five of Wands. Gosh. To me, the Five of Wands is posturing, it's conflict, it's just petty arguments and fighting, and it's a low vibration kind of an energy. It can be bickering and just pettiness. Pettiness can definitely bring you into a Nine of Swords kind of energy. There's something here that's not working for you that has to do with pettiness. Okay, the likely outcome. 10 of Swords. Oof. This says, because you got the Nine of Swords, which is for one person, and the 10 of Swords, which is for more than one, this isn't working for anybody. This person out here with the Hanged Man and the King of Wands may feel like this is everything they want, but it's really, it's not working for anybody. 3 more. All right, then we have Seven of Swords in reverse, Death in rebirth, and the King of Pentacles. Oh, well, that makes sense. The King of Pentacles is very grounded, very earth-based, can be a Taurus person, but it's just somebody who's very grounded. The King of Wands is not necessarily grounded, especially when he's in the Hanged Man energy. Like, this could just be somebody who acts on their passion and is very enlightened and knows all kinds of ideas and things, but I mean, they don't really, they can't necessarily make their life happen in the same way that the King of Pentacles can, and you may just be needing more stability. It's interesting because it's coming out with Death and Rebirth. That's a 13, so it's a 3, 1 level out. It's very related to the world, the 3 of the world. So I think with this coming out in the outcome, and we'll talk about the Seven of Swords in a minute, but the world is coming in, ending one cycle and beginning another. It's reiterated here in this Death and Rebirth, but this is, you're only halfway there. Like, the world, sorry. Cycle is completing, but there is one door you have to go through first. It has something to do with trying to have more stability. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Now, upright, the Seven of Swords, this is the fraud card. It's skeezy behavior. It's a fraud card. Somebody can be stealing from you. It's a painful position. It does have something to do with betrayal. In reverse, it's like, this just doesn't work for you. Look at that progression. It's almost like the way of man is being released. Doesn't work for you or anybody else in this collaboration. You want something more love-based, and there is a doorway that you're going to go through that is going to be a paradigm shift to stabilize yourself. There is definitely a third thing needed here. And I think it has to do with leveling up, bringing goodness in. Ace of Cups, goodness. This can be very much compassion, service to others. So possibly this collaboration doesn't work for you anymore, Gemini, because it's all about you. There's nothing service to others about it. That's what it feels like. It feels like you are wanting to do something that is more service-based. Ground yourself into your community. That's what it feels like. And with the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse, in the direction you should head, that is a very, don't do it all for yourself. It's a service-based thing. I think being of the world but not in it is kind of where you're at. And you don't want to do something that is no longer helping others. Something like that. Okay, I hope this has helped, Gemini. Until I see you again, namaste.